throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Back to the Blind Wave podcast.
Hello.
Hope you guys are all having a good week, having a good day. We should also make sure that we say tomorrow our stream is going to be early. It's going to be at noon our time. It's currently like 3 our time, so do whatever math you got to do for whatever your time zone
I
is.
don't want to do math.
3 hours earlier than we normally start.
You don't have to
our
do the math,
stream on
Eric.
Friday.
It's still noon for you.
Sounds like a terrible stream.
That's why we want to abolish daylight savings.
But yeah, that's going to be Mario Party Jamboree.
Jamboree.
So, looking forward to that. And how have you guys all been? And chat, how have you guys been? Hope you guys are doing well.
I've been fantastic. Over on YouTube, Mike Sutherland says, "Hey guys, I'm watching from Loch Ness in Scotland.
Oh,
Absolutely love you guys. Your content makes my day. Thank you." Loch Ness, isn't that cool?
welcome.
Tis
Thanks
cool.
for joining.
Tis cool.
What's Loch Ness' second most famous thing about it? Like, I know Nessie, or I don't. But-
Probably the loch.
It's just a loch.
I don't know much about Loch Ness.
Yeah. Well,
I would say Nessie is probably the most famous thing.
I know a lot about Locke.
Because
Character from Lost.
But the loch, I think,
John Locke.
probably the second. It's not spelled the same way, though. is it?
Apparently, this is near Loch Ness. I don't know how close. I don't know what the area of it is, but there is a Urquhart Castle, which I'm sure I said correctly.
Sweet.
The Falls of Foyers, which sounds like a waterfall, but it could be something else.
Sounds like the front room of my house.
What? The foyer? Does it fall down?
Oh.
Mike, I don't
Might
have
be.
a castle or a waterfall next to me.
Oh.
Dang it.
Hey, it tells more. A waterfall in a dramatic gorge that's accessible by a 2.7-mile circular trail from the village of the Foyers.
I have dramatically gorged before,
No,
so
that's
I
not.
have done that. So, Mike, right there with you, buddy.
Did you say traumatically?
I didn't.
I don't know where you got that.
Dramatically.
Dramatic.
Dramatic gorge.
Yeah.
And there's Caledonia Canal, which is a 60-mile canal that connects Scotland's east and west coasts, running between Inverness and Fort William. So thank
Inverness?
you, Internet, for I don't know how to say stuff. I've only ever read it, right, Eric?
Yeah. Well, Mike says, our Kurt Castle is how you say it.
Arkert. Okay.
Arkert Castle. Thank you, Mike.
Alex in Scotland. Stop! My ears are bleeding.
I'm sorry, Alex. Arkert. We said it.
Alkirk.
Loch Ness. I'll say Loch Ness.
Yeah.
I've done it. Words are hard. Yes, and pronunciations are sometimes harder.
Some pronunciations are
like English.
impossible if you didn't grow up speaking that language.
Sometimes English pronunciation is hard.
Muscles develop differently.
Sometimes the word pronunciation is hard. Yep, that one. So, but thank you guys, and welcome to the stream. All right, so just so people know too, last week we didn't get into any questions. I do believe we will take some questions at the end of stream today.
Yeah, let's do
So
questions.
if you not right now,
All
but
right,
later.
what you got?
Later, no.
Oh, we
later,
got a question right
later,
now.
Later, you through Twitch, we will accept the questions. You can submit them through stream, and then we'll go and check them out later on. I don't know. I guess we could do that as well on YouTube, right, Jake? We can set a Q&A thing on YouTube, and we can look through those too. So that way you guys have separate spots to be able to put that versus where the chat and everything will be.
Mike says they'd seen Nessie once, but I was on a very large amount of whiskey.
Like riding it?
Riding whiskey?
Yeah, like a barrel.
Oh, riding Nessie.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty
Ride
sweet.
some Nessie.
What was that thing about bears? There was something I saw where there was a joke about like I think it might have been a family that like it's just an in joke, but
A family of bears?
the idea that Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
And then like whatever they thought they found was like fur of Bigfoot turned out to be a bear. And then their family's joke became like now anything that's like a cryptoid kind of thing is really just bears doing it. And there was a picture drawn where like, look, it's the Loch Ness Monster, but it's like 20 bears all like twisted in form trying to make a Loch Ness Monster.
Nice.
So it's a pantomime horse with bears and Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, it was doing
Gotcha.
that with like different like crypto animal kind of things, and I thought it was kind of cool.
Gotcha.
Cryptids. So
We have Mothman is close to
Yeah.
where we are. Who do you
Yeah.
think would win a fight, Mothman or Nessie?
Well, Mothman has time travel.
And he can fly.
yeah, he can fly. Time travel. He has time travel. I don't know that he has time
Mothman has
travel.
Well, it's kind of like foresight, right? Which we also have at blindweb.com.
We do have foresight at blindwave.com. Yeah, I think like he had like because his whole thing was like he showed up and then the bridge collapsed. But you know what? I don't know if that's foresight. What if he caused the bridge to collapse? What if he was taking screws out and shit? You know?
What would a moth need screws for?
Maybe he was just wanting some destruction and
Well,
chaos.
I found
and
a
then
poll.
He was eating the
What does
people
God need with a starship?
I don't know the quote.
I found a poll. Do you think Mothman is a time traveler from the future? And most people said no. So that's. I'm sorry, Calvin.
So if I look up powers that he has,
Yeah.
or she, it, whatever the Mothman is, it's Mothman. So flight is included.
Of course.
He's part moth,
makes
right?
Sense.
That makes
Can't
sense.
be a Mothman without it.
Hypnosis
Yeah.
is a common one,
Yeah. I can see
and
that.
disaster inducement.
Yeah, they do induce some disasters.
Yeah,
He'd be doing
it's
that.
like the ability to induce
Yeah.
a disaster.
I haven't seen the lake, flood or anything over there,
the
Mike.
the other ones are meant as like sharp claws and enhanced vision, which just seem like creature/mothy things. You know what I mean? An unnatural presence is a weird power. I don't know what that means, but
Wings.
Cool.
wings. That's part of
And
the
a
flight.
humanoid form.
Yeah, it is a humanoidy form with that. I don't know. Does anyone in chat know about Mothman? Have you guys ever heard of Mothman, or is that just like a real?
they've heard
is
about
that like
Mothman.
a local thing?
Oh no, everyone knows about Mothman.
There was a Richard Gere movie, right?
There was a Rich Gere movie.
What was that called? That wasn't called Mothman, right?
Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, it was called Mothman. Okay.
Mhm.
Mothman Prophecy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. It's weird that Richard Gere was in that.
Yep, everyone knows it.
Everyone
I
knows
don't.
it. Everyone.
I don't know it.
You didn't know that was a movie?
No.
I think I might have watched it a long time ago. Did you watch it?
Richard Gere, huh?
No,
No?
No.
Maybe we should react to that.
I lived it.
Lived it.
Yep.
Okay.
I've been keeping this from you guys until today, but I am Mothman.
Dude, I
imagine he has little antenna.
Okay.
Right? Like a moth.
Dude,
I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
I mean, you can picture however you want. I remember being a kid and learning about Mothman and hearing stories or being told stories where like a dog had been like running around a tree barking and their owner went out to find them because they stopped barking and all they could find was like footprints of the dog running around this tree in the snow.
Sure.
And then just it was gone.
The dog
there was
was
no
gone?
trail. There was nothing that came and got it.
Sure.
It was just gone. Like it came down and took it. You know,
Well, I mean, there's so many possibilities. The dog could have flown.
that's a possibility.
If a giant Mothman came and got it, the dog could have also flown.
I think one is a little more likely.
Is it?
Did the dog
Is
have
it
wings
now?
before
Yeah,
it went
did
out
the
to
A
pee?
Mothman.
It's something you don't know versus this dog never flew before.
Wait, what if it climbed the tree?
Well, it could have, and I think they
could've
looked up
climbed
the
the tree.
tree and they didn't see it. So I don't know, but like you didn't have footprints coming from something else taking it. You know?
What
Yeah.
if the dog just went backwards in its own footprints so it couldn't
How big
be
of a dog
followed?
was it?
I don't know. I wasn't there. It was a story that I was being told. I don't even know if it's real. It's just a
I
story I,
can-
was being told of
I
someone.
Because I know
Be a
like
skeptic for anything.
great horned owls and stuff. Like they take cats and small dogs. and
I don't think it
stuff.
was like a Chihuahua or something.
Sure.
Something smaller kind of.
Do you think it was like maybe a 30-pound dog or so?
Yeah,
Maybe
I would-
30 pounds?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's like one of those mid
Like
to
a
large
mid-size.
sized dogs kind of thing. Like it might not have been like a Great Dane,
Sure.
but maybe like I don't know. German Shepherds are pretty like in that middle to large round
Yeah.
range, right? So.
It depends.
Wait, Danny. No, Eric's got a point.
Yes. All
unknown
unknown explanations
explanations.
should be yes.
Should be treated equally.
That is presented without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
Yeah, but has this dog ever flown before?
Yeah.
What?
I'm allowed to make things up. People can do the Mothman.
All right.
It's Jim, the flying dog.
Someone said there was also the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas myth of Mothman. I knew they had a Bigfoot myth, but I didn't know they had a Mothman myth.
Interesting.
But no, with all that stuff happening in the stories and stuff, around the same time, I remember like being in, it was also winter, so it was snowy where we were too.
Yeah.
So that snow dog story could have just been because it was dark and wintry, you know?
Sure.
But I was in the car, it was me, my sister, and her friend, and we were waiting to like leave, I don't know, we were church. And we were just sitting in the car, and all of a sudden a snowball, like just, I think, hit the
Yeah.
windshield out of nowhere, scared us, and I had no idea where it came from. We all freaked out thinking Mothman was there.
Mothman threw a snowball at you. That's
All right,
awesome.
If a dog can fly, why
I
can't
have a-
Mothman throw a
You're
snowball?
right. That makes. I'm right there with you, man.
See? What, Calvin?
I have a paradigm shifting piece of information
Okay.
About Mothman?
about owls.
Oh,
Okay.
no, hold on. I'm in.
Okay.
Who? Who?
A great horned owl can carry prey that weighs up to 30 pounds, which is 2 to 3 times its own body weight.
What the fuck?
So you think maybe an owl came and took this dog?
Maybe.
Well, if 30 pounds.
This is AI results from Google, so I'm not entirely trusting of it.
That seems like
Dude, that
a
could
lot.
steal like a small kid. You know?
Owl. What kind of owl is it?
Great horned owl.
Hell, I think Ayla weighs maybe 40 pounds or something, you know? Like, it could almost just take my kid.
Yeah, owls are, as
This
Jedi
AI,
says, they are not to be fucked with.
That's going to fight your AI says 5 pounds.
That's how much
An
the owl
can
weighs.
carry. Oh.
No, it says can carry up to 5 pounds, which is 2 to 3 times its own body weight.
What
Wait.
kind?
My AI beats your AI.
Wait, what?
Is that both Google? What AI did you look up, Calvin? I'm going to train my AI on all the owl facts and beat the shit out of yours. Oh
Eric,
my God.
this one says over 5
Son
pounds.
of a bitch.
This one says great horned owls generally weigh between 2 and 4 pounds.
Hold on. Okay, I
which is
understand.
definitely not 2 to 3 times or divisible of 2 to 3 times by 5. The 5. Shut up.
Well, I thought we weren't doing math on this podcast.
Damn it.
I won't rely on
Sucked in
AI.
again.
I'll change my Google search and just include Reddit at the end. That always works.
Oh
Eric,
yeah.
Eric, here you go.
You always get
Cass
topical.
has a point. Think about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Those owls carry big packages long distances.
Well, they're enhanced with magic
how do you know?
because I've read the books and all the source books and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
And all the owls are enhanced with magic?
Yeah, they're all enhanced. Well, I mean, if they're carrying that much weight, they are.
Like they specifically said that in there?
Yeah.
Or are you making that up too?
No.
Like the dog.
No.
Why are you smiling?
Listen to how confident I am about this.
I can't refute it. I didn't read the books. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they delivered a broom. I don't think an owl can carry a broom unless it's 5 pounds, as my AI says.
What? A broom
All right,
does not
let's
weigh
move
5
on.
pounds, does it? Though I don't know how much the Nimbus 3000 or whatever weighs.
It's 2,000, Aaron.
2,000 pounds?
Nimbus 2,000. Nimbus 3,000. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. All right.
There's
Anyway,
Nimbus 2001 that Draco uses.
2001?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, just a broom isn't going to weigh 5 pounds, I don't think. So, but anyway, sorry for my miscalculation
It's
of
okay.
the numbers.
Go back to real things. Like Nessie and Mothman.
Yes. Anyway,
What were we talking about?
I think
you were
we're-
saying something.
I think I was asking how everyone was doing.
You were. Yeah. Good. Dude, how much an owl can carry is a hotly debated topic on the owl subreddit. This topic is from 5 years ago, revisiting how much an owl can carry, and it's a huge, giant, huge thing. And they're all arguing. I love it. I love humanity.
Also, everything that I've seen from like Pottermore and stuff like that is that owls are enhanced and specially trained with magic, but that doesn't necessarily enhance their abilities to carry things.
Yeah.
Just their ability to find witches and wizards.
Ooh. So they can like sense magic, but not they have magic.
Yeah, like they have an inherent like GPS.
You know, it is strange because, like, you know, the Ministry of Magic can't find Sirius Black, but an owl can when you send a letter to him. So why don't you just send an owl and follow it?
To arrest him?
Yeah.
Because they keep flying.
They can fly and they fly fast.
Yeah,
at
they don't
night
fly
and
that
it's
fast.
dark
and
and
they're
I can't see
extremely
anything.
quiet. In
Faster
fact,
than a broom.
owls can
Are you
fly
serious?
nearly silently.
Yes, Eric, because a broom weighs more than 5
Is
pounds.
an owl faster than a broom?
What does that? What are you
My
gonna get?
AI
God damn it.
has no information.
What do you mean
So,
faster than a broom?
Your AI wins.
How fast
Is an owl?
is a Nimbus
No.
3000?
2001.
I know.
We're a fireball.
I'm
Come on,
joking.
stick with it.
Hey, a great horned owl can fly up to 40 miles an hour.
I hate AI Google.
Me too.
I hate it so much. You can literally put in the same question like an hour apart from each other, and it'll tell you different answers.
All right.
All right. But anyway,
The speed for the Nimbus 2000 was about 100 miles an hour,
That makes sense.
and the 2001 was probably about 120.
Do they have seats on those brooms in Harry Potter? Like they just sit
No,
on
they don't have
stick,
saddles.
Right? Why don't they have seats?
Well, I don't know.
They should.
They have stirrups on some of them.
A bicycle seat at least.
yeah, I thought they had like little places to put your feet and stuff.
I want a place to
the
put my taint.
2001s do.
See? Yeah.
Yeah,
But the Nimbus 2000
Good.
didn't.
What do you say? Like my feet can hang, my taint can't.
Why don't you ask your
Well,
why don't you
your
ask your
taint
AI?
doesn't.
What?
Eric, your taint shouldn't hang. You should go to the doctor.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what?
I agree.
All right.
All right.
What
good
were you
job.
talking about, Aaron?
Guys, by the way, while talking about riding, I don't know, flying, I don't know how to segue this. Hey, if you're looking to celebrate Valentine's Day, tomorrow, I believe, is going to be a new movie release that we have a reaction for, but this one is another High and Dry.
It's a High and Dry.
And to celebrate Valentine's Day and the heart, we watched Dragonheart.
Yeah.
It's so high it went to the stars, Bowen.
Look to the
stars.
To the stars.
Oh my God, Dragonheart is one of my favorites, and I literally can't talk about it enough. Though we did talk about it a lot
Talk about it a good
in
bit.
that recording, but I won't talk about it more. But
It was a fun,
Oh,
it was
so
a fun a watch through. I enjoyed that. I hadn't seen that in a little while.
Yeah, it's been several years for me as well, but
oh,
man, it brought back some great
what a
memories.
beautiful.
It's been fun revisiting some movies I haven't seen. I hadn't watched the Power Rangers movie in a long
Yeah.
time. So
I've
that
never
was fun.
seen it still.
Still, man.
Yep.
Now we gotta do just a reaction now. I'm just gonna take Calvin just to. Have you ever seen any Power Rangers?
I've seen one where they were like fighting the damn, I can't remember what they're called. The clay guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Putties.
The putties. Yeah. They were fighting them in some kind of like factory or something like that.
Okay.
And I remember Rita Repulsa and some other dude were
Was he gold?
he might have
with
been.
wings,
I just remember
like
that he
flying
was a
monkey?
dude.
Okay, dude.
And that's about it.
Oh man. Okay. I have a lot to go on. I
Yeah.
was be like, you know
That's
what? That's this episode.
No, I remember that one.
I
That's a
remember.
good one.
What? What do you
No,
mean?
I'm
In a
fairly
factory.
certain that it was a movie.
A movie.
Movie in a
Because
factory.
it was on like it wasn't on that type of channel on the friend's house that I was visiting, and I was kind of half paying attention to the TV.
There's only a couple Power Ranger movies, and if you were younger, there was only 2.
It looked like it was higher production quality
And if they were
ish.
putties, or were they ooze versus putty? Like were they more slimy?
They did like
Explode
when they got
into
punched, they would like
And did they punch and be like, ugh?
yeah.
Did they do that?
Something like that.
Okay, that's the Power Rangers movie.
Oh, cool. I've seen like 30 seconds of it.
Okay, well, we figured it out.
We solved that mystery.
Who's the gold guy?
Goldar?
I was literally gonna make the joke like, oh, is his name like Gold something, like Goldfinger or Gold Member? And I was like, Goldar.
Goldar, man.
Goldar,
That's
baby.
Goldar.
Oh, he's great.
ridiculous.
It's just his name. He's like a flying monkey, like Wizard of Oz,
But gold.
but gold. And has
Wizard of Oz isn't a flying monkey.
and he has a sword. Not the literal wizard.
You said like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, which is the title of the
you
movie.
didn't say like
Man.
in the Wizard of Oz.
Man.
My AI said that you're wrong.
I don't.
Dragonheart.
I hate this.
I hate it here.
Dragonheart is a lot of fun. Make sure you guys check out that. And
Coming
let
up
us know if you
tomorrow,
guys
yep.
are enjoying the High and Dries, and if there's other like movies you. Most of what we're doing with the High and Dries are getting a chance to like go and talk about just movies that we really enjoyed when we were
Yep.
younger, and
Yep.
the things we had nostalgia for that like we just like.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we're kind of looking for more so for those. So like
absolutely.
most of it's been things that we've talked about, like, hey, what's something you really like that we want to talk about? Otherwise, we don't usually get a chance to talk about some of the stuff we really like because we've already seen it and loved it.
Danny Highway said, "My AI says that you're wrong. Is this generation's My Dad Can Beat Up Your Dad?" That's so accurate.
My AI works at Nintendo. Man.
My AI trained on Nintendo emails.
Speaking of like this generation and stuff, there was something I was gonna bring up last week. We did Letterbox, and we were talking about movies and stuff too.
Movies, generations.
And like I was thinking about the idea of like cult classics.
Yeah.
Or like when I was a kid, like I really liked watching movies, but like I didn't have access to so much that I have access to now, right? So I found myself rewatching a lot of like what I would say are my favorites now, right? Like the Aladdin cartoon, I watched that first Aladdin movie a lot compared to
Absolutely.
like a lot of other Disney movies, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing when it came to like, you know, Dumb and Dumber. I watched Dumb and Dumber a lot. Like, do you think that I was thinking about like do kids or generations now, like, is that a thing that happens, and do people watch things a lot over and over as much now compared to like having so much at your fingertips where it's like watching the same thing over and over is kind of like you don't really need to do that. You can just Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, and you just have so many options anymore. or just YouTube, where like there's just
just free
tons of
stuff to
content there.
watch,
Yeah.
I think rewatches do happen, but not at the same rate, especially in the nerd community. Like it used to be like, when a new Star Wars movie came out, that you watched that for 3 years, until the next one came out. Now we have so much, and then so much the next day and the next day and the next day. Sometimes you just don't have time.
Yeah.
To rewatch something, and it's in the rewatch that obsession fan obsession starts. I think.
Yeah,
sure, I think that's how you get like that's how you got cult classics and stuff too. I think like maybe some didn't do well in theaters, but this VHS sold and people started talking about it, and you watch that over and over.
Sure.
But
if one of my favorite ways of expressing my fandom is quoting and imitating and doing scenes with my friends and stuff like that. And I don't think you can really do that unless you've watched it a couple times.
Sure. Well, like Star Wars, I think is a really good avenue for me to talk about with that, because like the first 3 movies was all I had when I was a kid. Oh. I mean, you could talk about Caravan of Courage and those other ones that like I never saw those when I was younger.
You probably they didn't have VHSs.
Yeah, right. So like I didn't see those. I just watched these first 3 movies, and then I had the prequels, and I had 6 movies I could watch.
Yep.
But now, like, even with the newer movies, like I haven't really rewatched those as much as I used to rewatch
I definitely
the other ones, And I still am an avid Star Wars fan and enjoy the content and the stories and the characters and stuff too. But I don't know that that's necessarily. Maybe it's also me getting older and not having as much time as when I was a kid, of just being like, I have less responsibilities. I can watch something.
Well, I'm curious
though,
because you wouldn't be able to answer more than any of us. Like, do your kids rewatch stuff?
I find my kids watching like YouTube a lot, but not like necessarily like, oh man, I love this movie, and they just watch this movie over and over. I will say, like, we watched Encanto, and when Encanto originally came out on like Disney Plus, it was for like that week, I think, kind of on repeat.
Yeah.
But like past that, I don't know that it's really like revisited as much, because then there's something else out or other things to watch.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like 2.5 to 3-fold, like why people don't rewatch stuff as much. One, I think there's so much and there's so many options that people kind of have FOMO of like, what if like I watch something that I know is good, but what if there's something else out there better?
Sure.
I'm craving new experience. 2, like when we were kids, when our parents would buy like a VHS or a DVD or something like that, like we had to get our money's worth out of it. We had to watch it enough times. And if we're already quote unquote sick of all the other movies that we have, we crave anything new, and we just watch it over and over again until like, the
VHS
you start
fell apart.
Yeah, exactly. Until you like get so familiar with it that it starts to become a love of yours, right? So I think that's also part of it too, is like maybe the movies that we fell in love with weren't actually that great, and a lot of times they weren't, but it's just because we had such a familiarity with them that we have that desire to share that with other people, right? Because that's like a foundational memory for us.
And I think it's like the idea of cult classics fit with that, where that's something that a lot of people just kind of watched a lot, but it might not have been like the best, but people kind of fell in love with it and really enjoyed it, and it pushed it a little further.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too, when it comes to cult classics, so many cult classics were created in the home video market.
Sure, yeah.
Like Mallrats. Kevin Smith's Mallrats, terrible in the theater, found a huge audience in video on demand, and thus he started getting more work and creating more stuff. But that doesn't happen anymore.
Sure.
Like, there is no second try after. If you fail in theaters, you've just failed.
Yeah.
And now you're on video on demand, and everybody just thinks about your failure at the theater, as opposed to like, but it got really good. Like Netflix, sometimes it comes on Netflix and it gets big, but not much.
I mean, there was what was it? Transformers 1, right?
Yeah.
Transformers 1 kind of didn't do well at box office and had kind of bad thoughts from their trailer and stuff. But then I feel like the streaming, or maybe it did good in box office, but not as good as it could have.
Yeah.
But I feel like the trailer and stuff for it, everyone was like, this looks terrible. But then it peaked later. But maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm not thinking about what it did at box office or how it was received. Yeah, I think it was received pretty well, but the trailer did poorly.
Mine is specifically about like its amount of money. If it doesn't make money in the movie theater, it used to be the DVD market was another run.
Chance.
Yeah. Usually it was.
That's just not the case. So
now
movies cannot take that risk to not try to succeed at the theater now.
Sure. It's like if you don't go viral, you don't do well with things, right? Well, in the same sense of that too, and I guess it kind of spins off a little bit, my same thought, and we can go back and forth on it a bit, but and the idea of like not really having those cult classic kind of things anymore, and like a lot of rewatches. Some of my kids are starting to find girlfriends and stuff now.
Yeah.
And one of the things I started to think about was the idea of like, you remember like making a mixtape or a mix CD and giving it to like either a friend or a crush or whatever. Like I remember whenever I was like liking Melanie back when I was younger, I made a CD and I felt like I made a story out of like 20 songs.
I don't have the words, but these are the words I feel.
But they were like this one symbolizes whenever we first met and what happened here, and then like a turning point of this, and then whatever. But I don't feel like you have that anymore, because I mean CDs for one, like aren't really like, I have what computer do you have anymore that even has a DVD player in it?
None.
You know? It's not as common. Yeah, it's not as common. And Jake wouldn't let me have one, remember?
Yeah, I can just go to AI and tell it to.
No, I'm talking about.
All the kids make Spotify playlists. Ooh.
You could do a Spotify playlist. Is it as
personal?
Does it have as much? Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
When you're burning a disc or like giving them an actual mixtape where you have to like push the pause play button at the correct time, and
I had to record off
everything
the radio.
like that. Like there's actually so much more like labor of love intensive work that goes into that.
Yeah,
and making sure that they're in the correct order, and
or
like you don't stop recording too soon and stuff like that.
Or on a CD where like I was going to like, I don't know what it was, LimeWire or whatever it was called, and like being like, oh man, what song do I need? Okay, this song. I had to type it in and find it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it happens as much, or do people do the I made a playlist for you? Like, is that a common thing anymore? Like I've tried to make playlists for like, oh, we're going on vacation, I'm gonna make a vacation playlist, you know?
Yeah.
But
YouTube has made a playlist for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You ever do that thing where like, you open up YouTube at a certain time every night, and it just like, usually at this time you like to listen to this song and then this song and then this song. I'm like, son of a bitch, I do.
Huh.
And it'll say like my mix. I'm like, son of a bitch, that's what I want to listen to. Thank you, YouTube. So that happens. But again, that was generative AI generating that list for me, I guess, because of my watch habits.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just some of the things I was thinking about of like what the past was like to what we have kind of now, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I mean,
change.
one thing you don't have as much now, I don't think either, is you don't necessarily have to go to a buddy's house to sit down and play games together.
Yep.
Sure.
Because you have the internet, and so
Not
many
as
people
much couch
just
co-op anymore.
they just play on their own PC or on their own console or whatever, and it's not like, oh man, let's go play GoldenEye together or anything.
Sure.
And I was just kind of thinking about some of those things of like, I think those were some of the things that like at least I have nostalgia for, of like just hanging out or
It's not for me.
watching these movies and stuff. But
It's not even playing with my buddy. It's like playing their Sega, because I didn't have a Sega.
because you didn't have a Sega,
and they fell asleep, and I'm still up at 4 a.m. and I'm in like a room I don't know, but I'm playing Sega. You know, I miss that.
I remember
Yeah.
doing that at Rick's house, where like he had a PS2 or a PS1, and I had the N64.
All the adults in that house are like super like, hey, how are you? Would you like something? Oh, this place is great. You know, because you're a guest.
Yeah, right.
I'm nostalgic for that.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about the way movies and stuff are anymore, and like I
get you.
I don't know. I was just curious
It's
about that.
interesting.
And then I thought about the mixtapes, and I was like, mainly because of my son's getting girlfriends and stuff, and
How's that been for you?
yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Does it make you rethink things from your parents' point of view, from stuff that you did?
Oh, I think about that all the time.
All the time.
either being like, what the hell were my parents thinking? Or like, they didn't know a damn thing.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like all these things. Like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, your parents, they have the answers, or they know what they're talking about, or, you know, whatever the case is. But like, I'm like, my oldest is getting to the point where he's going to be able to drive soon. And I'm like, why the hell did my parents let me drive ever?
Yeah.
You know, it sounds scary.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just, it's I don't know, interesting to like see it from a different perspective. It's like watching a Goofy movie, but now you relate to Goofy
You
instead
relate
of
to
Max.
Goofy
You
instead of
know,
Max, I
like
get you.
it's one of those kind of things.
Yeah,
and
It's like giving them like a toy that has two buttons. One of them, the longer you press it, the more likely you are to die.
okay.
And there's just two buttons.
What's the other button do?
Well, it slows you down, but
Oh, okay.
sometimes it doesn't always work.
Oh, okay. But no, it's been interesting. We usually have tried to be fairly open. I think Melanie's done a really good job of like trying to just be open and honest with the kids as much as we can about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that has also kind of maybe me to a lesser extent, but I think they open up to her a lot more and like talk about things. So just trying to be as, I don't know, honest and open so that we can also get ahead of like whatever questions they might have whenever. I remember like when I was a kid, like I didn't go ask my parents for like certain topics, you know. I'm like, I ain't asking them that. But I think that my kids have been more willing and interested in asking different questions related to stuff, you know?
And not for nothing, they also just have so much more access to information than we ever did.
Yes, which is awesome and scary.
Yeah.
You know? It also makes, I don't want to say precisely what it is, but it also makes it so much harder on things that I try to do during the holidays.
Yeah.
Like there's just an element where I'm like, man, this was so cool when I was a kid, and then you can just go online and look up stuff, and it's like, what is this? And it's like, don't look at that, you know, like, what are you looking? Turn it off. You just throw the computer out the window. You know, like no. So, but yeah, it is I guess that's one thing too. Back whenever I was a kid, the information you got was, you know, at school, from friends, from teachers, from your parents. Now there's a plethora of stuff you can get from who knows where, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's probably more important now versus like, you know, waiting for them to ask those questions to teach them how to find good answers.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
or being
not just
open.
find the answer you're looking for, but how to be skeptical and be like, all right, this person's saying this person's saying this. How do I resolve that difference?
Yeah.
Right? That's probably more important now than ever.
And being willing to, like, ask questions and be somewhat open with, like, what your thoughts are with things, you know? So... yeah, it's, I don't know. But yeah, they're starting to find girlfriends and stuff. It's, yeah. And then like these are the boys, and I'm wondering like when I get like Ayla's already crazy how she is now.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say.
I don't know what it's gonna be like then. Like she's into gymnastics and stuff. She'll do flips and all kinds of crazy things. I don't know what she's gonna be like when she gets older.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
run circle.
I didn't have to deal with this with like the older boys or anything. They weren't trying to do backflips and stuff in the yard or anything. I mean, be careful on the trampoline, you know, like.
Sounds like just being a dad.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see.
Just
we have a
into
super
that.
chat.
Super chat
From Depth217 for 1999 says, back in the 2000s, Disney collaborated with bands like Simple Plan to seem hip and current. Last year, they celebrated with Simple Plan to try to appeal for nostalgia for 20 years ago. I am getting old. Yeah, I get you. Simple Plan, that was a punk band, right?
Yeah, I remember Simple Plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You start thinking like, oh, that was cool. How long ago was that? 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate seeing the things where it's like, hey, do you know that this is further away from us now than this was in 95? And I'm like, what? Don't tell me that stuff, you know?
Sure.
Like, dang it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, The Force Awakens next year, right, is 10 years.
Yeah.
And that was like, it's been so long since we had Star Wars, you know? And now it's 10 years from there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, that's the thing.
Damn
with,
you,
like,
time.
Yes. Damn time.
Dora's like, stop it, Eric.
And that's the...
yeah, it came out in 2016.
That's another thing that, like...
No, 2015. I'm crazy.
Do you think about... I don't know if you guys think about it as much, but, like, I think about, like, you know, sometimes making fun of what my dad listens to for music and stuff like that, too. And I think about, like, now where, like, my kids are listening to stuff. And, like, I also, like, try to listen to more current music, but also, like, I like listening to my older stuff, too.
Me too.
But, like, sometimes I'm like, man, this is probably how my parents felt about the music they were listening to with the nostalgia they had from when they were younger. And, like, I have nostalgia for this music. And I was like, your music sucks. And, like,
No, I get you.
Screw you, kids. This is good music, you know?
But sometimes it's not even a matter of, like, what the music is, but the technology that was used to record it.
Yeah.
Like, now, our music technology is just so clear. But sometimes, like, the imperfections made things not better, but I'm nostalgic for them. So just like the era of music that was happening when I was in high school, I'm nostalgic for, despite having never listened to any of these songs.
Sure.
I can just, like, hear it.
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all relative.
I also get, and this was another thing I wondered too, because like I went through times of listening to like the oldies, like, oh man, I love the oldies, you know. But it was like what my parents listened to. Now, like, you know, Colson would be like, oh, Dad, you ever heard this song? And it's like because Deadpool had Bye 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 in it.
Yeah.
It's, you ever heard of NSYNC, Dad? I'm like, yes, I heard of NSYNC. Oh, before you were
I
born.
was there when it was written.
Yeah, you know, like this is a no. So it's just funny to have some of those thoughts, especially like when I start to relate it to like what my parents had to go through and what they listened to.
Yeah.
But no, that was kind of it was more of a retrospective, like what's today like versus what it was like back then with some of those things. Just, you know, we watch movies all the time, but I'm like, even me personally, I don't watch a lot of stuff over because I'm always like, man, there's so many more new things I could watch. Like one of the few things that I've watched over more than once is Psych, which is, I think, available for a poll, and you can vote right now.
A poll is happening right now? Oh my God.
Poll over at blindwave.com.
Because Mr. Robot is ending and we need something to replace it. So go vote for the poll there and vote Psych, maybe, if you really want.
Is that your number one pick?
I would watch it and enjoy that one. I also want to watch Battlestar Galactica for me because I really like Battlestar Galactica.
You think I could?
Well, I really want to watch it because I saw one episode. I'm like, this seems so cool, and I can't wait to watch it.
Now, Aaron, as you know, when you go to blindwave.com, you can actually pick up to 3 choices. They're ranked, but so you actually have a third choice.
Battlestar Galactica, and Psych, and then man, what else is on that?
If
poll?
I could convince you to go for your 3, I can maybe throw my 3 towards you.
Throw all 3 of yours towards me? Like you'd vote for the same 3, you mean, or what?
Only if you pick Fringe as your number 1.
1?
Yeah.
I'll pick it for 3.
Okay.
2 at most.
2 at the most.
I'm not helping you more than you can possibly help me.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to put my number 1 as your number 1. And if you were going to do that, then we should just vote for our own. And it's a nil argument.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, no, I don't know much about Fringe, but you always say I'd like it.
Yeah, you'd love it.
But I think Psych would be just fun. Battlestar Galactica looks interesting, and I've been wanting to watch it since we started Blindwave, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
It has been such a long time. So.
What year did you graduate?
Me? 2007?
Yeah. I mean, Fringe came out in 2008. You know, if we're talking about like things that came out around the time when you were just getting out in the world, you know, like you might have some real good feelings with Fringe.
Just getting out into the world.
Yeah.
But
you got to vote Fringe.
Or Psych, or Battlestar Galactica. Or what else? Sopranos was on there. The Wire was on there.
I want Wire is pretty high up there for me. Watch that. I've heard so many amazing things from so many people whose opinions I respect.
I can't remember. There's 10 things. Hannibal. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I keep thinking of more as I'm like, I don't know. Oh, this one. So. And then a super chat came through from Endless Abyss.
Yep.
Yo, Blindwave, been watching you guys since 2010.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm a fan. Who's your favorite director of all time?
It's been 10 years of Blindwave, right?
Damn. That's tough.
Yeah. I mean, the only way for me to answer that question is to lean into bias, so I'll just go George Lucas because he literally changed my life.
Sure.
Steven Spielberg.
That's not bad.
Not
Pretty
bad
good one.
also.
He has some really good movies. I love a lot of that.
Fantastic movies.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
But
it's tough to choose because, like, directors don't always have such a clear theme like others do.
Sure. Not always. I mean, like, there's some stuff I love that, John Carpenter did.
Yeah.
There's some stuff I love that, shoot. Who did Terminator?
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
That's what it was.
That
Yeah,
sounds right.
I couldn't get Bay out of my...
Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Like, there's some movies where I'm like, man, I really love these movies, and the director really helped with what happened here. But then there's other times where I'm like, you know, maybe I like this one, but not this one. So it's hard. It's hard to pick.
Yeah.
And also, there's so many directors where it's like, oh, man, I love this movie, and I love what they did with this, and I cannot tell you who directed this movie.
Yeah.
Especially when I was younger, I wasn't paying attention to who the directors were, you know?
Definitely with me as well. Like, I don't pay as much attention. I'm sure, like, as much as Eric does to director and stuff like that, but yeah. We got another super chat from Free Metroid Hat.
Hey, what's up?
Finally getting my dad to watch Lost while I rewatch it again since the last time I watched it was in 2011.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Hope you enjoy it.
That's a great show to watch with your dad.
Sorry about the what?
It's a very father and son show.
Oh yeah.
Very much so.
Mm.
All the best cowboys have daddy issues.
I think
All
I
the
might have
Dallas
changed my
Cowboys?
mind.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say, Cal?
Go ahead.
What were we talking about?
I said all the best cowboys have daddy issues. Aaron
Oh.
confused that with the Dallas Cowboys.
All the Dallas Cowboys have daddy
and
issues.
you said
No, I was saying like maybe I do have like a favorite director. Probably for like the consistency of how many movies that he has done that I have liked. It's probably shit. I just had it. Is it Winters? Edgar Winters? Is that right?
maybe.
Cornetto trilogy.
It's not. Is it
Edgar
Winters?
Right. That's
it.
what it is. I knew it was a W. Edgar Wright. Yeah.
You got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, he's very
he
good.
might be my favorite,
I would have been interested in what his Ant-Man would have been.
but he doesn't have all of my favorite movies. So
Yeah.
it's like,
So you consistently like his movies,
yeah.
but he doesn't have your favorite movies, or all your favorite movies.
I mean, Hot Fuzz is great.
He did Scott Pilgrim, right? Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
was pretty good.
It's very good. But like, Spielberg and Lucas and Ridley Scott and
Sure.
all of them make great movies.
And that's just me thinking about like movies I really like. Like I thought about George Lucas too, but then I was like, I really like Star Wars, but he also didn't direct all of Star
all of them,
Wars.
yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
He directed enough.
He did direct quite a few. So I don't know.
And also just in terms of like what a director does and that type of stuff. I just have always loved that not only is he trying to make a movie, but he's also trying to push forward technology.
yeah.
You know? Like Peter Jackson also did that pretty good when it came to his entire country of New Zealand.
Yeah.
In terms
Neil
of
Breen.
I'm done. I did see someone earlier in the YouTube chat say like, "Oh my God, you've watched Fateful Findings, and
Yes.
YouTube failed to notify me."
Is it up on YouTube now?
I believe so.
Man, that's because I died too many times. Hopefully I don't die 300 times now. I'm almost at 250.
My hope is counteracting your hope.
I think
so
it's
canceled out.
247 is where I'm at.
247.
Yeah.
Can work
And I
with that.
haven't reached any of the bosses of the DLC.
Oh, good.
I can almost guarantee I'll hit 300. I'm hoping I don't hit 400 as well.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope. But
I
if
hope you do.
If you guys want to celebrate my deaths and enjoy my sadnesses. Last Monday I was just so frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then I got into a spree of just like, I could not make progress. And then I was just getting mad. And then I died to something easier earlier on, right off the bat. Like, with the first enemies I found from respawning on my last life, I died to them. And I was like, I'm done.
Yep.
That's
That's me on any game.
I don't see it on YouTube. I'm not sure that it's live on YouTube yet.
Faithful Findings?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
It might
see
be
our I am
tomorrow.
here now and Double Down.
I mean, if it's not, it might be on early access till then.
Yep.
Well, is it tomorrow's Friday, right?
It is.
It is Friday, or it is on YouTube?
That's on. It's tomorrow is Friday.
You gave me that. You can.
Faithful
Energy.
Findings is still on early access.
Okay.
And yes, I believe it does come out tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Fateful Findings. I'm sorry, everybody.
There you go.
I'm happy for the people who wanted it, and I'm sorry for the ones who didn't. I will try to do better.
Let's see.
Come give me your energy on Monday.
It was posted on our website 2 weeks ago.
Ah,
Yeah,
so it's
okay.
not there yet.
It's
relatively
still on
new.
early access, but it'll be probably a
Yeah.
couple more weeks.
So Moana's coming out. Mission Impossible 3, Fateful Findings, Wicked. There's some amazing things on
Some
early
fantastic
access.
Fantastic films.
Fantastic.
Reaction.
Oh, we also just have Mystery of the Batwoman up on there.
yeah.
that we did extra.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, go check it out. There's some really cool stuff there. Fateful Findings was amazing.
Was it?
Absolutely.
Was it?
Amazing. Yep.
It was uncredible.
trying to think if there's any other topics that I had that I was wanting to bring up. My main one was wanting to make sure I brought up what I didn't get to talk about last week, which was which is what we just talked about. So I was not expecting to have a Mothman conversation today.
Gotcha.
I will say that.
You never expect Mothman.
No? Do you not?
No, he expects you.
Oh. All right. Let me. I'm also going to make sure I open up the questions here so that we can get to those here soon. Also, Cobra Kai, if you are waiting on it, will be coming soon. You will be seeing it, I believe, tomorrow, and then one a day, I believe, is the schedule for it.
That's the intended schedule.
Should be on the schedule that we posted as well. But with that, also, we said it in Cobra Kai, but I suppose we could say it here too.
You can.
One of our movies that will be hitting early access here in a week or two. We watched the new Karate Kid movie as well.
Yes.
The 2010.
2010 Karate Kid.
Yes.
The 15-year-old one at this point.
Well, yeah, yes. The newest one. And then there's Cobra Kai.
Man, that was that long ago?
2010.
Shit.
See, look, you talking about that?
Damn you, time. And its constant flow.
So we did watch that one. That one was fun to watch. I am curious on if people enjoy that. Calvin has only seen the first Karate Kid movie.
Yep.
And none of the others with Mr. Miyagi in it.
That is true.
And I think it would be fun to go through and talk about those, especially with Cobra Kai ending. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you let us know, like either with recommendations or maybe even popping into the comments of like Karate Kid or Cobra Kai or something like that too. Because I think that would be fun to go through, especially after like talking about Cobra Kai. Man, Cobra Kai's so good.
Yes.
You guys should watch Cobra Kai if you haven't. If you haven't.
It's so good.
Yeah, the Karate Kid movie turns 15 years old June 11th. Just after us.
Did we want to also I think Jake, you had mentioned it. Were there some things that we wanted to check out from Discord?
That's up to you if you want to. They're older trailers now. If you want to do trailers.
Did we want to do any of those and check some of those things out too?
I would like to. That could be fun.
I don't know if there's any certain specific ones. I haven't
Sure.
gone through there. Should I look in there?
I can tell you when you should stop looking in there. Should we just do the one that he doesn't know about yet? That I told you about?
Yeah.
Start with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Start with that.
So this is the one that you're like, Aaron should watch this.
Yeah.
But we haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And no one's told me what it is yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to do that?
All right. Should I change my screen over then?
You should.
Guys, we might have a couple like trailer reaction things that we do that we haven't gotten a chance to do.
Check.
Yeah.
Check. Check.
Otherwise.
Do we need to be on Discord? Check.
Discord might make it easier.
Okay.
Check. Check. Check.
Let me turn on my headphones.
Boot Discord.
I heard Japanese All Might.
Shush.
What?
Shush.
I'm sorry. I can't not point it out.
Here. Haha, we did it at the exact same time. We're so good.
All right, so we're gonna be checking out some trailers.
Oh man, I thought we were watching a. I thought it was gonna be a Godzilla thing or something.
You guys should be able to go back in this channel for at least through the middle of January and not be spoiled on anything. I think
Can we start the newest stuff?
I can, but we're
no.
gonna do this one first. Just
I meant
so
when
you-
I look, can I look at the newest stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing that I think is a massive surprise.
Okay.
All right. Let me change one more thing.
I hear Jake twice.
Well, if you do this,
It's actually helpful.
Is this what it's like for you guys to hear with both ears?
Eric, I can't hear you.
I hear him.
I don't hear you either.
Well, then it sounds like a you problem.
That's a youth problem.
Damn it.
I have a York peppermint patty.
I am
No.
born ready.
Hang on. Sorry. Talk.
No.
No. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I have audio from Jake.
Hopefully.
Hi, Calvin.
It did. And now it does not.
Calvin breaks stuff.
Hey.
You have that power. Have you always had that power, Calvin?
Yeah. I don't know. I usually tore things apart and learned how they worked and then put them back together.
Remember when Stan Lee was doing that series, like real superheroes, and it's like, this guy's kind of sticky. You know, like Calvin, I think, is like he can break things by just being around them.
He can stick to things.
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? All right, chat. Well, while this thing gets fixed,
Sorry.
we can check out chat and see what you guys have to say. If you haven't seen the trailer, neither have I. I'm trying not to look to see what it says.
Oops, excuse me.
Arladan said, Sonic 3, please.
Yay. Aaron, shut up.
What? But,
Shush. You're entirely too loud.
oh, I'm sorry, chat.
I just turned you down. Alrighty.
Okay. Yeah, that's all mine.
やっぱ生で見るとすごいな。はい回り高一、バイトに明け暮れる普通の大学生。個性、滑走、移動
Slide and glide.
あんま早くねえな。なんかキモい。ほっといて。
I recognize that guy's
人間は自分が
nickname.
見上げてるものに憧れる。人生って不公平だよね。
I am here.
I'm really liking
Oh,
the animation.
man.
No, the art style, I mean.
俺が思っ
Yeah.
もっとヤバいのが来た。
Whoa.
He's like a Batman Punisher.
Hey,
Hey.
Oh, hey, okay, I know them.
今更プロになんかなれっこない。
Ingenium! His brother!
Ingenium.
His brother?
I
Yeah.
guess.
Original Ingenium, because this is like year one All Might, right?
This is My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Huh, okay.
So, do you guys remember we have the
We
Vigilantes
have
manga?
for this, yeah.
It is
that-
now becoming an anime.
Is that April 7th or July 4th?
Wait, is it soon?
It said either April 7th or July 4th of 2025.
It is April 7th.
April.
April 7th.
Well,
It is.
dang.
It is a prequel. It is a canon prequel set 5 years before the main My Hero story.
5
Cool.
years? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know why I hear the echo too, but it's
Do you
so
have the
funny.
echo?
It is.
Oh, does it keep echoing for you? Because I only hear it twice.
Maybe I only hear it twice, but it was just funny. Okay, well that's interesting. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I wonder. It was cool to see Aizawa, and it made sense that it
Yeah.
was before because of things that we've seen, whatever with it. But interesting. I mean, I really have been liking My Hero Academia, and I'm looking forward to I think it's the last season coming.
Yeah.
But this could be cool to have a little like spin-off from
Yeah.
the mangas and see some stories from other perspectives.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I also need to apologize for my just absent-mindedness because Jake was like, hey, you remember that show that we're going to share? And I'm like, yeah. And then it went in my mind and I just heard, and I'm like, that's Japanese All Might in my head. I just completely did not connect them.
Yeah,
It was just a response.
I was like, man, okay, is this gonna be like My Hero's next season? And we didn't react to this? That's weird. Okay, but that's pretty cool. No, I'm looking forward to. I will look forward to that. If we can check it
Yeah.
out, that'd be cool. If not, maybe I'll watch it at home with the kids.
Yeah.
'Cause
Definitely.
I also need to catch up for them because we haven't seen the last. I don't think we've watched the last 2 seasons yet with them.
Oh, that's a great idea, Aaron. I've been thinking about like Carmen and I just finished up the Marvel like MCU
stuff
the
and
entirety.
everything.
We just watched the last episode of Agatha All Along last night. I was like, dang, we've got like 5 more episodes before we're caught up with Always Sunny, what new series are we going to watch together? My Hero might be the one.
Yeah, and if you can watch it and get kind of like all the little things you didn't get before, and then what helped me was last season or the season before, like I was watching it with the kids, so like connections that I was making was happening because we were watching it right then. Oh, that's this guy from season 2, you know? Like,
Yeah, sure.
I forgot about that. It was happening like concurrently, like together. It was really cool.
That's cool.
So yeah. All right. Well, that's really cool. What other things are there that we need to do then? I can look. You said right?
Yeah, until mid-January, and then stop.
I am interested in the most recent one. And also one from February 6th. Yeah, from Grassy Hill. Yeah, we should do that. We should do that one. Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to avert my eyes
Don't look.
while you cue it up and make
No,
lots of
you
noise
looked,
so
Eric.
Eric doesn't see and talk about it.
I love that noise.
All right.
And also Steve, and also Paul, and Selton, and me, and also Daniela are the main people in the cast of the Anaconda.
Anaconda?
Gonna kill that snake.
And the snake inside, gotta kill it. We're gonna break its neck and cook it on a stove. Yeah. And when we bring that snake back home, we're gonna have ourselves a movie. Oh yeah.
This is just people walking by the
This is-
doorway on the right.
He's just jamming and improvising.
This is not what I was
Amazing.
expecting.
No Natal. No Natal, say it in
No
Portuguese.
Natal.
No Natal.
No Natal.
Estamos chegando.
Estamos chegando.
Steven Seagal. No Natal. No Natal.
No Natal.
Obrigado.
No Natal.
No Natal.
No Natal.
Why she's just-
No Natal.
Estamos chegando.
Estamos chegando.
Amazing Portuguese, guys. Amazing Portuguese.
Okay,
Awesome.
that is not what I was expecting that trailer to be
Anaconda,
or teaser
yeah.
to be. Okay.
That was had like a lot of ants energy.
Yeah, right?
It
Both
did.
Paul Rudd.
I did not know that. I'd not see that one either. So
That's pretty
No,
amazing.
that was.
So I'm
mean-
still not quite certain.
Jack Black jamming is one of my favorite things to watch.
So is it?
I like when he does his prepared music, but literally watching streams of him jamming is pretty great.
Yeah. Gonna kill that snake
Yeah,
and cook it on a stove.
yeah,
All right.
that's awesome.
So is it like a sequel or is it like a retelling?
I'm
or
gonna guess a sequel to Anaconda.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess it could be. It didn't say Anaconda 2, I suppose.
No, I did
I
not.
have the power of the internet.
Doesn't say the Anaconda. I can't tell whether it's a
What?
remake or not.
There's another Final Destination movie?
What?
trying to do that.
We can check it out.
I've only seen the first one. Will this spoil the others?
There's just more destinations, Eric. They weren't done with the first one.
It's the final one.
Nope, there's
No,
more.
Eric, look. It's
I don't like that song because it's the most recent countdown.
It's the
It's like a
Final
GPS
Destination.
route, right? It's like,
I
okay,
guess.
I'm driving across country, but I'm going to set a waypoint to this gas station. And once I get there, then I have another destination, which is the food place. Then I have
Alrighty.
another destination.
All right, I've seen at least how many of these are there? I've seen at least 3.
Yeah.
At least.
I do not think that I have seen any of them.
Is Tony Todd in all of them?
If he isn't, his voice typically is.
Sweet. He has a good voice, dude.
He has a good voice, yeah.
That's Zoom right there, baby.
It is Zoom. It's Candyman.
Allen.
You ever see Candyman?
No.
No? Maybe
No.
we should check out maybe the first
I've-
first one of that is
I've heard the song.
and how's
Who
that go?
can make the sunshine?
Oh, that I was
Sprinkle it with dew.
see, I went to Christina Aguilera.
The Candyman.
It's a very different song.
Mine's a little more innocent.
Yeah.
The Candyman can.
Yeah, this one's a little less innocent.
Gotcha. What's that? How's it go? Yeah, sing it. You gotta sing it good too.
Man, dude, oh man, I'm trying to think of how it goes. It has like a USO like military kind of like da da ba 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 da ba da Candyman. Like it has like that kind of sound to it, but I can't think of what the words
like
are.
a march
I think at
cadence?
one point they talk about like dropping something.
Bombs?
No.
You said military.
Like it's hot.
No.
They're dropping bombs, Aaron?
No, they're not dropping bombs.
That's not candy. It's not candy at all. The Candyman sprinkles your tongue with dew, not bombs.
No, it's not. That's not
Son
what
of
I
a
mean.
bitch.
Like,
Let's watch this trailer.
All right, yeah. I'm sufficiently confused.
No, I would prefer more silence first. Okay.
All right. Ugh.
Ugh, get off my tongue. Ah!
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
it disappears.
Needle through the tongue.
I come in as a favor, and now they want me to lock up.
oh, it was a.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a
lying.
consensual poking.
Like and subscribe and all the things.
Okay. Are you a YouTube channel? Oh.
Cleaning everything off.
I thought
Yeah.
it was.
Dude, why do you have the chains where they can get hit?
To make fun noises.
Oh, I know what it's gonna be.
You're just asking for the final destination.
It's It's exactly that thing that everyone fears when they're laying in the middle of their
Oh,
room.
his sad mix. He's feeling it.
Wonder why it's called Bloodlines. No. No,
Yes.
it's not, right?
Yes.
Ooh, that was
Why
a
is it so
close-up,
close?
dude.
It's so
That was
slow
a
motion
fucking
too.
close-up. Dad. Aww. He seems like he has a bright future, this man.
What are those contraptions called?
Rube Goldberg machines.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
there it is.
Final Destination's Rube
He's
Goldberg's
gonna
of
burn
death.
alive. Sparks. Oh my gosh! It hooked.
No!
It hooked
my
his nose
God!
ring.
No!
Oh
That's
my
so
God!
awesome!
That fan is not nearly
Get it out of
powerful
there.
enough.
Get out of there now!
It's not nearly powerful enough. That's
Calvin, shut
no.
up!
No, you could literally just.
That's
you
an
could just put a
industrial fan,
little
Calvin.
tiny
You don't
bit
know
of
your
pressure on
fans.
that, and it would stop. This is bullshit.
You don't know fans.
This is
Oh
dumb.
God!
This motherfucker
He's
doesn't
gonna
know
fall
fans.
and it's gonna pull it out.
I would.
He's gonna roast!
All right, I would lose my septum
See?
piercing before I ever got close to burning alive. That guy's dumb.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Death runs in the family. Wait,
Runs in
what?
everybody's family.
Wait,
May
who's his
16th.
dad?
Does that mean it's like sins of the father? Like you've avoided death, and not only am I gonna kill you, but all of those your whole ass bloodline?
Well, who was his? Did it show a picture of his dad?
I don't know.
Eric Sad Mix. Huh. I mean, it must be either it's the
That was
bloodline
nuts.
in the movie or it's related to other ones from.
That was extremely fun.
Yeah, great. That was like the worst death scene I could think of having all these like just. It's gonna show a close up of a tattoo being done and.
How many pounds can
Gonna-
the world's strongest fan
No, not the world's strongest. That's
lift?
going to like
no, we have to
industrial
create a,
ventilation
we have to create a
fans and stuff.
ceiling, and then we try to get there. Calvin, come on.
Come on.
Why
didn't I just go like, oh, what's the most powerful fantasy owl?
185 pounds. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the world's strongest man. Shit.
You misspelled fan.
No,
It has 3
AI
letters.
failed me.
As it does everyone.
I guess they don't track this. Son of a bitch.
You should just ask
Wait.
how much torque does a regular fucking ceiling fan have.
No, Calvin, like, so wait, what's your issue now?
How
that
many
it didn't have the
torques
torque to wind the chain up and like lift his head
does
off of his neck.
a fan?
Well, I think it was like a matter of like, could it have lifted a chain?
No,
You don't think a fan would have lifted a chain?
I don't think like a couple wraps and it would have started to bind up.
Calvin, you should just do a series where it's just like, is this like it's like Mythbusters but for movies where you just take it, is this a thing? Let's test this. And you just get a fan and you just fucking
yeah.
like put
He's
a chain
like-
in it and see.
You're like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It was going so slowly.
Yeah, so it's slow and
That
powerful.
doesn't mean that it has more power. It's
Yeah.
not a gear reduction. Doesn't mean that it has more torque for going slower.
Just has to pull enough so it tugs on his nose and causes.
Sure, if you just
problem.
grabbed it like that and pulled the chain down, that would stop the fan immediately.
He was sad and like thinking about his dad. He wasn't thinking about how much his nose could hold.
Calvin,
I think he was because he grabbed the fucking chain.
I've only seen one of these movies. However, a supernatural force of death enhanced that fan like magic enhances those owls.
What?
Exactly. Moving on.
I thought we double checked and like they don't have supernatural strength.
No, I'm pretty sure you did. You checked.
Someone did send a treat stream. Ooh.
What?
Was it you, Alex?
Did we mispronounce enough countries and cities and everything to get a treat?
I will watch to see if I get a phone call at some point here.
What's more unrealistic, Calvin? The fan lifting that guy up, or the garage door and Scream lifting that girl up?
Garage doors actually do, like garage door openers actually do have quite a bit of torque.
Yeah, especially
like
that M80 model.
An 80 model? Like back, that was the 90s, right? 96?
Yeah, good stuff.
Like garage doors, especially if they're like solid wood. Yeah. Like
metal
they are
and wood
heavy.
and real things.
And especially if it doesn't have a spring assist on it, like it takes a good bit of power to do that.
Yeah.
Could it pull enough to be discomforting to him?
I
Like
think
from his-
it
like on his
could,
dick?
but he just grabbed the chain with his arm,
What
with
if
his
it's
man
like-
arm.
What if
that
it's
is
like
much
a-
stronger?
What if it's like a real good fan?
Yeah.
No, it's still that it's intended for speed and airflow
What
and
if
efficiency,
he-
not for torque.
What if he had a Prince Albert piercing? And that's what he was hanging from.
So you're saying if it was an area of his body that was much, much, much more sensitive, would it cause him more pain?
Would it rip
Yeah.
his dick off first or lift him?
It would not lift him.
I don't
It
wanna
would
look
not
this
rip
up.
his dick off.
Let me check my AI.
It might rip the piercing out.
I
if
was gonna
it got
type in a
some
Prince
speed up.
Albert piercing, but then I started getting worried of what I would.
You don't know
get.
Prince Albert? Oh.
Why is it called a Prince Albert piercing?
Because he famously had one.
Really?
And he got like a reputation, and it started being called that because he popularized it, right?
Okay.
Yep.
All right. The only thing I know about
Not
Prince
to be
Albert is
confused
I
with
think
Prince
they used
Albert's
to.
in a can.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I know is a Prince
Yeah,
Albert
it's not.
in a can.
It's not just a can of dicks.
Because I remember
Or
my
dick
dad being like,
piercings.
back in the day, we'd call, hey, you got Prince Albert in a can? You better let him out. And they hang up. It was like the refrigerator running joke.
Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. Yeah.
Hey,
all right.
that was gold back in the day. All right, we didn't
The
have much to
gold.
do. We didn't have much to do.
All right. I don't know what this trailer is.
Let's jump into the next trailer.
Yes,
What we
let's
got?
do it. Oh, I've actually seen this one.
Hey.
Been gone a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We back now.
Browning automatic rifle.
Now we cousins.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true. It can conjure spirits from the past and the future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your
But it also can pierce the veil
What the-
between life and death.
What the?
I know this one.
It's a house party.
Shit.
Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil.
Holy shit, that's
Careful, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye.
More than you can chew.
I feel like I recognize a lot of people in this.
Yeah.
Follow you home.
We got us a problem now.
I love that guy's face.
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
This world already left you for dead. I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do. And you are? I am. Your way out.
He always has a red reflection in his eyes. It's cool.
Don't cry. He's all better now.
Wait, what? It's a vampire movie.
I don't believe in magic. Ghosts, demons. Just power. Somebody please take me.
We gonna kill every last one of you.
Oh, damn. I love it. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be fun.
I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all done forgot about me in here. Come on, open the door, let me on out of here. Stay. It's you? Of course it's me. Open the door.
That ain't your brother.
Oh man.
Dude, man, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think I shot myself.
Is that guy from Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what I know him from?
I believe so.
He looks so familiar. And I was trying to place him too, and I was like, oh,
Dude. Ryan
looks crazy.
Coogler's trailers always sound so good. Remember the Black Panther 2 trailer? Oh
Yeah.
my god! Like I just
Yeah.
love his music selection. I love his pace of his trailers. They're good pieces of art just in the trailer alone.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
good.
would have been. I'm curious on like watching that, not knowing anything, because I feel like it's it might be like a From Dusk Till Dawn kind of movie.
Yeah, sure.
Like if you go into that movie not knowing anything, you're like, oh, what's this movie about? And you just start watching it. I think it has a shift in the middle of it that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, it
I feel like
does.
this one might have also done the same kind of thing.
It has two shifts. One is the Selma Hayek scene. That
That's not
shifts.
yeah,
That
well, I
shifts
get
a
what you
lot
mean.
of young men.
But then there's another shift. I get what you mean.
And then
Okay.
there's the other shift.
Shifted some young women too, probably.
I'm just saying. I think of one thing first and then the shift.
But yeah,
Yep.
I was just watching like, oh, okay, this looks, and then it had a shift in the trailer. I was like, wait, what? All right.
That's awesome.
I'm curious on that. I'd like to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that one.
What is that? A vampire movie? Yeah, right. And I was like, what? All right. Well, it is almost 4:30. I do want to make sure we get to some questions, but at least we got
Okay.
to cover a few. Is there any
We got a
other?
couple.
Is that at least some of the trailers that we haven't?
Some in the trailer park.
haven't caught?
Yeah.
Cool, guys. If you are interested in us checking out trailers, sometimes we miss stuff. There's the trailer park for in our Discord. And you
Yep.
can post trailers that have released that we haven't checked out.
Yep.
Right there.
Sometimes we check them out. Sometimes we try to save ourselves for the to have as little information as possible. You know.
Yeah.
But it's it's not an exact science. We do different things sometimes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yep.
Before we get into questions, I guess I should say, because we were talking about like how last week's been. The one thing I didn't mention was that on Saturday there was an award ceremony. For the last 3 years, they have awards for our local theater.
Yeah.
And this one was for the last season of their plays and stuff, which included Blithe Spirit. It also included Carrie the musical, and I was proud because Melanie worked on Carrie the musical and did a lot of work in that, and that musical, like the lead that played Carrie got like best debut for like it was her first time at that theater doing a play.
Yep.
She got best debut. They got best I think outstanding director. Went to Amber, who did that one. Melanie was co-director.
Co-director.
She got that an outstanding play. They got that as well. So Carrie did really well with a lot of awards with that, which I thought was really cool.
And then we had another. There was another award.
There
Best
was another one.
leading
outstanding
actor.
lead in a play I got for Blithe Spirit, which was really cool.
Goes to Aaron Elliott. Blithe Spirit. Good job, man.
I was surprised by that. So that was a cool thing.
Yeah,
that
there was
had.
there was some good. I saw some good leads. You were the best.
There was some good ones.
Yep.
And then also Blind Wave got one for our technical help
Best
on Carrie as well.
Yeah.
Channel. Well, okay, gotcha. They just liked us. Yeah, we got an award.
So that was really cool, and I was very proud of, especially everyone that worked on Carrie, because I really enjoyed that show. And
Vironi says, "From door guy to this, congrats."
yeah, it was neat. So I'm debating now on one of the next plays I know that they're working towards is Shawshank.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
And that one's in a male prison. There's a lot of guy parts they need, and I'm debating if I want to try for that or not. But
does that have like some challenging scenes in it?
I don't know.
The movie has some challenging scenes.
From what I understand, it's more based on the book.
Okay.
So like some characters are different than what they are in the movie. But I don't know exactly what all scenes are in it and what it's like. But I heard that a lot of characters are fleshed out more than in the movie.
Interesting.
Because they focused on a couple people in the movie, but not all of the.
Sure, you have more time to spend with people and do more scenes and stuff in a book than you do in a movie.
Yeah. So, but no, I wanted to brag on Carrie, but I also got an award, so I thought that was cool too. And it was also I was glad that because I was also up for debut.
Yeah.
But I didn't sing really well, like in Carrie. Like I thought for that person's first role that they did, I thought they performed really well. They sang really well, and I thought they did a really good job. So I was glad that they won that one. But
now, did you not sing well, or did your character not sing well? That's how you get it.
Well, I was in a musical. I just talked a lot.
Okay, gotcha.
I had a lot of lines.
Sure.
So I don't think it was quite as impressive as what she had to do. So, but no. Anyways, I wanted to mention that before I forgot too, because that was like in my last week of things.
Gotcha.
Aaron, I could see you playing Andy.
Andy Dufresne?
Dufresne, yeah.
I could see you crawling through a river of shit.
I mean, that's mostly why I see him doing it.
You're just hoping that
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait for him to crawl through a river of shit.
I'll help work on that production.
Yeah, your poster has to be a
river
redhead.
Shit.
A redhead?
Over the
Yeah.
All right.
Questions?
I'll open up the questions here over on Twitch, and we can look through those. And I'll also open up what's in the. I think we have a. Yeah, here it is. Oh, do you?
We will now answer questions for you.
All right. Let's go. This one will be real quick from Jahasiel, who says, "Have y'all binged Cobra Kai yet for your uploads this week?"
We haven't. We have watched so far. We've watched 2 episodes. One of those will be coming out today, I believe. Right? Or is it tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Then the next one will be out the next day, and then the next one will be out.
I think
the next day.
Yeah, it should be every day.
Every day we'll be having a new Cobra Kai.
It's on the schedule that was posted.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. It depended because I knew that we knew that we had a lot of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
We had other live shows and stuff too. So if it's not up today, it starts tomorrow, I think, and then it's every day from there on.
And we just thank our editor for doing that. I believe Billy's working on that.
So, all right. Let me look over here too. Daniel says, now that you're a ways into Earth's Mightiest Heroes, who are any standout characters for you, and are there any characters you didn't think you would like that you've enjoyed?
Standout for me in that show is this version of Thor and Hawkeye, I think. Thor just because he's a little more classic, verily Thor, than the MCU Thor, and I've been enjoying getting into that interpretation of the character more.
Mm-hmm.
And then this Hawkeye, I feel like is just more engaging than the ones that I know of.
Yeah.
Same. So those 2 characters are for me.
I mean, I think I like Hawkeye and Thor as well, but I think I like them a lot in a lot of variations. The one I think that stands out more for me in this one that I liked, and I wasn't sure that I would, is Janet.
Yeah.
Wasp. I've really enjoyed her like character, and like her and Pym, like the kind of like the back and forth that they have on different things and stuff too. So,
and then
I would probably say her.
And also, so far, I've really enjoyed that. I have no idea what Black Widow's gonna do.
Oh yeah,
that's been really cool. I could see it go either way.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, mine. I mean, it's a very similar but just very subtly different Captain America, and I've just really been enjoying this version of him. I enjoyed most all versions of him, to be fair, but no, I just like how he just wants to be a good guy and and help other people be good and help people in general. I just really respect that. Hawkeye's great. I like the kind of friendship dynamic that him and Hulk have. I like this version of Hulk as well.
Yeah,
just
I do
because
like
it's it's not like Professor Hulk and it's not just like Rage Hulk. There's a little bit of him in there.
Stupid spaceman.
But yeah, he's a bit more just he's not into details, right?
Okay, I get that. Let me go to Jorge, who says, "Hey crew, just recently found out that Google will tell you, but I have been subbed to Blindwave since November 26, 2016.
Cool.
My question is, what anime/animated show are you most excited to release or watch? Mine is Daima, which ends soon.
Oh, Dragon Ball Daima. Yeah, that's probably mine. I need to get into that as soon as we can. Animated show.
I would say My Hero is one of mine most excited to watch.
Most anticipated.
Especially with it being the last season coming.
Yeah.
That's probably mine. Unless you're referring to presently watching or something, but I would say My Hero.
I'm gonna say Star Wars Visions when that comes back. That's just such a cool, interesting, I have no idea what's gonna happen show that I've really enjoyed the last 2 times we've done it.
Do you have anything, Calvin?
It's got to be Dan to Dan for me right now. I'm really looking forward to that coming back.
Okay. MG. I don't know. MJEEDP. It makes me think of Jeep, but it has a D before the P. Said, how would you guys consider doing a podcast for ranking video games in the future? Would be fun, and I know Eric enjoys ranking a lot.
Consider it. I feel like we have all played so many more games than we have reacted to on the channel in general. So I feel like we would have to narrow it down to games that we've played for the channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you mean. Because I think we've talked about doing that kind of stuff, but I'd love to rank what my favorite games are on that list, but we haven't all played them.
Yeah. Each one of us have probably played more games personally than we have reacted to on the channel, 200-300 shows, right?
Even on the channel, we haven't all played the games we've all streamed on the channel, you know? There's games Rick's played on the channel that I haven't played at all, you know? I still haven't played Star Wars Outlaws yet.
Yeah, neither have I.
So I think it's a little trickier to group that as a ranking than it is if we were to do movies that we've multiples of us, usually all of us or some grouping of us have watched this movie, and it's similar to the shows where it's we had 3 of us, so this one can't say it, you know.
Yeah.
But
and we have to figure out what the standard is, but I personally feel like it would be harder to rank various genres of video games against each other than it would be various genres of TV and movies against each other, because TV and movies are still using the same general visual languages and ideas and rules, whereas games are just a real-time strategy game is so much different than
an FPS shooter
or, there's just so many different ways of playing a game. It would be hard to rank them, I guess. I don't know.
No, and I get what you mean.
Might be able to rank things way easier in their own genre, but I wouldn't even know how to start quantifying that.
Yeah.
Because at that point, all I'm doing is just telling you what my preferences are.
Sure.
Which isn't a matter of quality.
Well, and then some of that would be the case, I think. I like RTSs, but I don't know if many RTSs would be super high in my general ranking of what some of my favorite games are, or even what I consider to be really good games, you know? I love StarCraft 2.
I was going to say, you've played a good bit of StarCraft 2. You've gone through the ladder and everything like that.
Yeah.
But would you rank it S-class?
I probably wouldn't rank it as high as what I like with Kingdom Hearts or Metal Gear Solid or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I still like them as games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted a preview of what that could look like, Aaron and I ranked our top 10 Star Wars video games over on Wave Squadron. You can check out that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
We did talk about that. That narrows it down to just Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. A little easier than all of them ever.
Yeah.
And it separates what your top 10 is and what his top 10 is as well, rather than like having to agree and then decide what the difference and where to rank it, like we do with some TV shows.
All right, I've been seeing this one a lot in chat and stuff, so let's talk about this one for a second. Yeah. This is from Kububa. Any plans to watch the new Spider-Man animated show? I don't know whether to put it in my recs or not because it's technically MCU, which y'all usually cover.
Sure.
We didn't jump on that right away because it's MCU, but also it's not technically MCU. It's a little bit closer to like a multiversal kind of thing, I guess.
Sure.
So I would put it in your recommendations until we do it if it's something that you guys really want us to watch or check out. But there's like a lot of other live shows that were like coming back between like Cobra Kai, you had Invincible coming back. We had things that were coming back that we had already been covering that we also wanted to get back to.
It is just literally impossible to at any one point do everything we want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to make different decisions.
Yeah. So we might get to it at some point. I'm not going to say that we won't do it. It's just a matter of when. And there are so many shows and we only have so much time and we have to pick and choose. And I love Spider-Man, but maybe we can get to it in the future at some point.
Yeah.
But if you guys put in your recommendations, it lets us know, hey, this is something people really want. We should do this. So.
Yeah, it increases the chances that when we're looking for something to fill a show slot, that we see that it falls beneath our eyes, and we like, oh, maybe we put this in the list.
We will bow to overwhelming pressure, though. So keep it up.
Yeah,
I have been holding off on it. I debated on watching it like with the family, but I haven't done that yet. So, there was another one I saw that I really liked, but I don't know where it went now. Let me come back to Yizing says, inspired by Pokemon Horizons, what would be your ideal Pokemon pirate crew? Are you referring to like what Pokemon would we like on our like pirate ship? Is that kind of the idea? Is there any Pokemon you would put on your pirate ship?
I feel like water Pokemon are at an incredible advantage for piracy.
I will say that what they're probably also referring to in this show is that they have like an airship.
Oh.
So it's like a large like pirate ship blimp kind of thing.
So flying Pokemon,
which is really cool.
Well,
but like it's
does it have a rigid structure or no?
It's fairly rigid, yeah.
Oh, so it's a Zeppelin.
I guess so. But what's cool is like it is powered by like a furnace, and in that furnace is a slugma, and they also put coal into that furnace, and they try to heat it up more with like a Charizard flamethrower. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
cool.
So there's some cool stuff with that where like they're trying to keep it going. We gotta go faster. We're gonna need more power. You know, and they're doing that kind of stuff.
I thought like pirate ship crew stuff like that. I thought a Pokemon with gust would be helpful, but if you're saying that it's already an airship.
Yeah, that one is. But like if you wanted to be like, well, my ship would be in the water. Like this one can set down.
So much less cool than
this one can set down in the water.
Yeah. Then I want a boat that can fly, Aaron.
Yeah, okay. So then what Pokemon would you want on it then?
I don't know Pokemon that well.
You know Pokemon.
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
You know.
You said there wasn't going to be any math.
That was Eric.
What's the one that you chased for like 4 days? Raikou?
It was one of the legendary
dogs. Yeah.
It was probably Raikou.
He's like your white whale.
Yeah. No, I chased him for like 4 streams or something. Like if it's the last fucking thing I do, I'm not winning this race by now. I'm just catching this fucking dog. Never did. Still out there.
Here's what it looks like, Calvin.
Oh, that's sick.
What's really cool too is it kind of has these.
Oh no, that's a dirigible.
Sure.
It's like Mummy 2.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It has like these like fin things that are up on it, right? I don't know how to describe them.
Yeah.
But you can put them together to make a battle arena for a Pokemon battle.
Like a platform?
So it looks like a tennis court or something like that. But if you tore it apart and it has like these like fins, wings things. It's a pretty cool ship.
That's cool.
We've been watching Pokemon Horizons, so if you want to join us for that.
If it was just like a normal pirate ship though, I would want like Aaron, remember like the giant fucking Tentacruel?
Yeah.
Like in the ocean, like the big giant one, that'd be kind of scary out in the ocean, you know? I'd be like Davy Jones.
Yeah.
You know, like you could just sick him after him with the black spot. That's what I would do. I am the sea.
All right. Well, you can take a tentacruel then, Eric.
Yep.
I should say too, if you guys have been watching the Pokemon Indigo and Orange Islands and all that stuff with
Over at
me,
Pokemality?
Coulson, and Kanan on Pokemality, yeah, we've had our first like gap in our consistency.
Yep.
We were ahead for a while, and we had Treasure Island and stuff with the plays.
Considering
and then
you have kids in that series, this is a miracle that this is your first gap.
it's our first one, and we're like, I don't know, 60, 70 episodes into things and stuff
Yeah,
too.
well
but-
over a year, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's
we
impressive.
started I think in January last year or something, but we were gonna film it like last week and try to do that, and then kids started getting sick, and I've had like it's like been a flu going through like all the kids, so
Vicious
we will be returning to that, especially
their
if you're watching
girlfriends
early
are getting
access.
sick. It's just terrible.
They are. That's true. But yeah, we'll get back to that and get that rolling again as soon as we can. But YouTube won't notice any difference right now. But if you're on early access, we'll get that caught up as soon as we can.
Yes.
Did we read Gearzilla's super chat?
I was just about to go to that.
Okay. Gearzilla gave $5, says, late to the podcast, wife is looking forward to the Wicked reaction, and I'm praying the Last Kingdom wins. Much love. Thank you very much, Gearzilla. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with the Wicked reaction.
Yeah, that was really good.
Part 1.
Yep.
Part 1, man.
I want to do more
Yeah.
musicals, honestly.
A lot of
More
fun.
Musicals.
All right. Sticking with Pokemon, I guess. Rookie Crusher, man.
Oh, Alex in Scotland, I'm sorry. He said, sorry, guys, but I'm guessing after an hour and a half that Papa John's have either not received or canceled the treat stream. So I have alerted PayPal.
I'd have to look at my emails
Yeah, I
to
haven't
see
seen
if they
anything.
sent
Yeah.
anything.
Sometimes
but
it
I
does
haven't
happen.
gotten
Sorry,
a message
Alex.
or a call.
Is it still snowing outside? Like maybe their delivery drivers just went home or something.
That's bullshit.
Maybe.
I made the most money ever whenever it was snowy.
Yeah, because people felt bad for
Hell yeah, and I looked real cold and like wet. You know, they give a lot of money.
But Rookie Crusher's question was, been watching through your guys' Heart Gold, Soul Silver Pokemon Randomizer, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Calvin trying to get that Raikou. So fun. Y'all are hilarious. Shout out to Calvin for sticking through the last stream.
Yep.
What a trooper. He deserves his flowers for that if he hasn't already. Hey, there's no question there.
He
but
got
I'm-
his flowers in that he didn't have to do the next one.
Yeah, you gave me a 5-pound bag of King Arthur.
What's that?
You gave me a 5-pound bag of King Arthur flour.
Did we?
No.
Oh. Like, man, I don't remember that. But yeah, those were a lot of fun. I also enjoyed the Soul Link that Eric and I had as well. So
Yeah, no, that was fun to see the highlights of that.
Awesome.
sorry, I just saw that, but I'm hoping there wasn't a question that was missed with that. But Matt O says, any plans for an Arrowverse podcast?
Yeah. Well,
Now that it's
a
officially
desire.
finished.
We have a desire to do it.
Yeah, we haven't. We don't have a time frame of when we should, but it is something that we do want to do. I just need time to kind of prepare. It's been a while since I've watched like. Some
I got to
of those
go through
episodes and
everything.
stuff,
I just
too.
saw that Grant Gustin was on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast. So
Oh, yeah?
I want to watch that because apparently he goes into some thoughts and feelings about his time on the show, which is almost 10 years of his life. So I think that'd be interesting.
That's cool.
And Michael Rosenbaum having also gone through almost 10 years of his life on another show like that, I figured they'd have a lot to talk about.
It'd be an interesting, like they can both relate in that way, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, where was it? Ichigo Kurosaki says, Calvin, do you prefer Stargate SG-1 or Atlantis? Love the hats I always see.
Thank you for the compliment. I think it's got to be OG, although there were some storylines in Atlantis that were just fantastic. I can't wait to possibly get there with these guys. I think they would really enjoy it. Some great characters in there.
And is that on the poll?
It is.
Oh.
SG-1 is.
Is it?
Yes.
Ah. Where was I? I know you guys, this is from Fahim Ali. I know you guys have a busy schedule, but I was wondering if Peaky Blinders will be finished.
Peaky fucking blinders.
It's in the back of our mind. Eric and I are always thinking maybe we'll do it at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, at one point I watched the show just because like, oh, those guys watch the show. I'll catch up at some point.
Yeah.
And I caught up, and now it's been so long. I might need to catch up again.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it at this point probably.
Yeah.
I have not seen any Peaky Blinders, so I feel like I have a hat to throw into that ring.
Yeah.
So I leave that to you guys.
You should. That way you can, and your hat will.
You guys can watch Peaky, and I can
be
watch
very
Pokemon
dangerous.
Horizons with Melanie or something.
Okay, I suppose.
See? This is a good question for Badonka Gonk, which we have at the end of the month.
Yep.
But we can talk about it here.
You can.
Because Calvin's also here. This is O Poral dos Games. What do you guys prefer, Star Wars Rebels or Clone Wars?
Oh, damn. That's
Protest.
tough.
I protest.
Rebels. I like Clone Wars a lot, and I think it's great, and some of my favorite Star Wars is in Clone Wars. With that said, though, I think my enjoyment and consistency of Rebels, I think maybe the tier list we talk about the same thing, but I think I enjoy Rebels as a whole across the board, whereas Clone Wars has some of my favorite moments, but also some moments where I'm like, well, this was fine.
It has some high highs and some low lows, but all in all, I think Rebels is probably more consistently higher. So, yeah, probably. Damn it.
I do have a son named after a character from Rebels. That is true.
Well, I have a dog named after a character from Clone Wars.
He's in the first episode of Rebels.
I have a cat that's named after a character from Sam Neill's Merlin.
Holy shit.
That we still haven't done.
He wins.
Is it called? Well, how's that? Is that even relevant?
It's called the Rock of Ages, that cat. Right?
No. That would be great.
Is he called Merlin?
No.
Oh.
It's Nimue.
Nimue.
Nimue?
Yeah. Oh, Nimue. Oh, fuck. Can we watch that?
Can we please?
I don't know anything about it.
Jake, make it happen.
Make it happen,
What?
Jake.
Why are we snapping? He said no.
So anyway, you guys got your answers from them.
I see.
I refuse the answer. Permission
Why?
to treat the question as hostile?
I'll allow it.
Sustained. Overruled?
Objection.
I don't know which one.
All right, move on then.
Flame Emperor Crimson said there was a new Digimon game announced in the state of play. We watched that yesterday and talked about it. What is your history with Digimon, and were you into it as a kid?
The only true exposure, organic exposure, other than these guys talking about Digimon, was I walked into Walmart and a soldier in uniform was handing out just card packs of Digimon, and he gave me a Digimon pin. And I said, "You can keep the card pack. I'll take the pin." And he looked confused, but I got my pin.
You got his pin.
A soldier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was handing out Why? You didn't ask any questions about what was going on?
I was like 7.
And you didn't want the cards? You didn't want free stuff? That's okay.
I didn't.
He was making
I
sure
didn't know
another
what it
kid that
was.
wanted it had it, and it
looked shiny
good.
and expensive, and I didn't want to have to pay for anything. He's like, "Well, if you don't want these, you can just have this," and he gave me the pin.
All right.
It's kind of cool. I don't know what kind of pin it was.
All right.
I don't have it anymore.
What about you, Eric?
I don't have any experience other than just knowing like Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. I know that.
Okay.
And when we watched the State of Play the other day,
yeah,
I was like, I didn't say anything, but I saw a character and I'm like, huh. In my head I went, that was like a Digimon. And then it was a Digimon. I'm like, fuck, I should have said it. I would have looked so smart.
Yeah.
But
funny thing is, in your deaf side, Jake said, "Is that Digimon?"
Did he? Damn.
I was like, oh, it could be. Huh, let's see.
That's funny.
And he just started listing off all the Digimon that were on screen.
I know I watched seasons 1 and 2 of Digimon, which were more connected. I can't remember if I watched 3 or 4. I also watched the Digimon movie. And then I played some of an old PS1 game that was Digimon, which was really weird because the thing that was weird to me on that one was I started with a Pokemon. I started with a Digimon, and I think you could pick one of 2 Digimon, but then those Digimon could digivolve into all kinds of different Digimon. Like
Digimon.
Huh.
Instead of it going to like an Agumon and into a Greymon. Like you could go to Agumon, but then you might change the way something happens, and then you evolved into something entirely different instead of a Greymon, and that was kind of weird.
How do you store Digimon?
What do you mean? How you store them?
Like, do they have like a Pokeball equivalent?
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're stored on like a digital disc in a Ben 10 style watch.
Okay.
They're just animals in the digital world.
Oh, it's a digital world?
Yeah, Digimon.
Is the main kid digital? Or did he get sucked into a digital world?
Yeah, we should watch the first season. It's pretty good.
I'm just wondering.
Aaron, I asked you to correct me if I'm wrong.
As far as I know, from what I remember from the seasons that I watched, they aren't put into like a Pokeball. There is like some kind of tools that they have for like connecting with their Digimon a little bit, but they're just kind of like I said, like they're just there. They just kind of roam with you. They're like a friend. Like it's like Obi. You don't put Obi in a Pokeball. You know?
So they're like
like Pokemon have Pokeballs because they're pocket monsters.
Yeah.
The Digimon are digital monsters.
But they also like use CDs to teach them moves and stuff. Like they're digital.
Yeah, they're machines. They're not. Yeah. They're technical machines.
Yeah.
Are they robots?
The Digimon?
Yeah.
No, they're data.
Do they get viruses?
Yeah. You could have virus stuff in there. Yeah. It's a digital world. You could have viruses in the digital
world.
world.
How do they reproduce?
We sound like such old men.
Calvin, you need to watch the first movie. The whole purpose of the first movie is there's a virus Digimon.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Why do I still have these on?
I don't know, man.
I forgot I've been wearing them this whole time.
Fuck that digital monster.
But no, there's definitely some. It's all digital. And
Okay.
It's really cool. But
all digital, so it's made up.
But maybe they could come to the real world.
Oh.
But I would watch. The first season is only 80 episodes. Or something.
Only.
I remember as a kid being like, this was all one season? Because like I felt like they did so much in that. But
yeah.
First season is 54 episodes.
Is it 54?
Yep.
That's still
it's a decent
more
amount.
more than an episode a week.
That's only 1 year of Digimon, guys. And we didn't even have to watch any more after that. I think it ends in a really nice spot. You don't need to watch anything else.
Do we do it on Pokemality? You know what I'm saying?
If we started on April 1st.
That would be great.
But I really liked the first season of Digimon a lot. And then it made me watch season 2, which season 2 was fun too. But then I kind of fell out and never watched more. And then I did play Cyber Sleuth a little bit as well when I was older. All right. It is 4:55. Let me see if I can find like another one or so.
Did we do the last super chat?
We have not yet.
Is there another one? Did I miss it?
Miles with the $5 super chat. We all be reacting to the Xbox Developer Direct that happened last month. It's about 50 minutes long.
From last month?
Generally, if we're not doing it live, if there's something in there that someone thought we would, we could do, they would message us. But we probably wouldn't go back and watch it. But I also I don't have an Xbox, so I'd be reacting to something that I couldn't partake in.
Yeah. No. Usually, if we haven't done it by now, we would probably just check out for like, here's some cool things that released.
Gotcha.
So probably not. The Ink Tank says, how early do you have to film reactions while still having time to edit for same day releases like Invincible? I mean, we do those first things in the morning. We go through all the live shows, and then we send them off to editors as soon as we can, and it's out as soon as it's able to. So, and thank you, Ink Tank.
Yeah, Ink
Appreciate
Tank
it.
has their YouTube channel here.
I do believe I recognize the name. Is that
big into Ben 10?
I was gonna say I think it's Ben 10 channel.
Yeah,
if I
sweet.
recall.
Cool.
So thank you so much. But I remember it used to be, especially back when it was only like me and Eric editing.
Yeah.
Like Arrowverse stuff. It was like we watched that at like 10 at night
after work.
Like as soon as it was airing.
Yep.
We watched it, and we would probably be at your house until like midnight,
About
watching
midnight.
like Flash and watching Arrow. And then I'd go home, and I think you would start editing at home, and I would edit at my house.
Yep.
And I'd
Like I would edit Flash, you would edit Arrow.
I'd probably be awake until like 4 in the morning
4
or
or
something.
5.
And then I'd be like, all right, start rendering now. I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up and release it as soon as I could.
Sometimes I would edit all night, and then I would render as I went to work, and then I would find an excuse to run home real quick to start uploading, and then I'd go back to work, and then I would find an excuse to run home real quick and post, and then go back to work.
Yeah.
And then come back from work and record the next day.
Yep. So
it's tough stuff back
Yeah.
in the day.
I appreciate having editors who
Me
now
too.
can help, and we don't have to do that as much anymore.
Yep.
And then also, like, now we come in the morning, do it, and they help handle it a little bit. So. All right, I'll cover these real quick because Matto sent a super chat. We did answer this, Matto. I think it was your question. Any plans for an Arrowverse podcast? Eric and I are very interested in doing an Arrowverse podcast, but as we said, it's been a long time since we've watched a lot of the older Arrowverse stuff, and just trying to make sure that we are ready and prepared to do one.
Yeah, it's currently not one scheduled, but there is a lot of want.
We gotta get it on the schedule. We've also talked about possibly doing it with our editor Ultra Sergeant, who was the editor for our Arrowverse reactions for almost the entire time since we ourselves stopped editing.
Yeah,
and it was just he's been with us for so much time. It would be like I would think it would be really cool to have him there too.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's been
to complete the Blind Wave
you,
Arrowverse
me, or him
team.
doing pretty much every edit of that.
Yep.
And then Kika Gama with a super chat said, "Are you guys watching the new My Hero spinoff? We just watched the trailer for that.
Yeah, I'm
which
there
looks
for
interesting.
That,
I don't know if we're gonna watch it yet or not, but I'm definitely interested in it. So I think it's May.
And I quite enjoyed
May
the
7th,
slightly
yeah.
different art design it had.
Yeah. And if you guys are interested in us doing that, possibly picking it up, make sure you add it to your recommendations on the website.
Yeah.
blindwave.com/recommendations.
Yeah. Feel free to update your recommendations whenever. When new stuff pops up that you're like, oh, I'd love to see this, because it helps us in general. Like, I know, like, sometimes, like, we don't have everything where it's like, we will definitely be getting to this right now. And that helps us to know, like, what things we should prioritize by you guys updating those. So appreciate that.
I want to do it just because of the way Eric says the title.
Vigilantes.
Took him a second. All right, I'm gonna go through any subs or bits or anything from Twitch that we may have missed, and then I assume we're going to look at the memes, or what I'm looking at currently looks like a Valentine.
A Valentine?
Oh, yes, Daniel, you're right. It was April, not May.
Let me switch.
For the Vigilantes
I hate
release.
ranking, but you're my number one. Aw.
Ryan Whittleson resubbed for this 77 months.
How little my beard is there.
Made it just in time. Spent my morning digging out from yesterday's minor snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
Ours was fairly minor.
It was very mild.
And it's gone already.
Yeah.
But
Super
it started
slushy.
snowing again. So
Yep. It's bone dry out there right now, though.
bone dry. That's
Yep.
not good. You don't want to dry. Never mind. I like Calvin's is one a spoon. Rick's was let's smash. Diggus Bickus resubbed for 73 months, talking about the Mothman. It's a fairly big part of Fallout 76 with worshiping cultists and camp items and outfits and emotes.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I did play a bit of 76 the first year of release. It was very buggy, and I was only borrowing the console that I played it on.
Buggy.
Yeah.
With Mothman.
Yes. So I did not end up continuing it. But I got probably 20 to 30 hours in.
You got hit with 6 inches of snow last night. Is 6 inches of snow a lot of snow?
It's probably like this much, right?
I think 6 inches is a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
I don't think I can handle
maybe
it.
that's conservative. Maybe it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that looks
Yeah,
about right.
That's a lot. I wish you all the safety, that guy.
I get scared with 3.
Yeah, right? Death gave out 5 community subs.
Oh,
Thank you so much
Obies.
for gifting out subs.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you.
it, Death.
Thanks to Obies.
Congrats to everybody who got a
Thank you, Death.
got a sub.
Do you like walks in the park?
Midget Moo resubbed for 39 months. Thank you so much. So sorry I'm late. I'm ill and lurking from bed.
Oh,
I wish you a speedy recovery.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I feel better.
My kids have been sick, so I understand there's some things going around, and I hope people Hope you will recover well.
Hydrate. That's a directive, not.
Oh,
a
I thought you were
threat.
saying hi to someone named Drake.
Hydrate.
Dude, where did this come from?
Huh.
This.
That's Eric's arm, right?
Well, what's it from?
No, that's not my arm. My muscles are so big now.
What? Now?
That looks like Eric. Show me your fist.
Yeah, what? I mean, that's from Aaron's angle. Aaron,
What?
you took that.
Did I? From when?
I would
Why?
have took it. I would have been on the other side.
Where did
Aaron,
this
show me
picture
your
come
fist.
from?
We have a
Put
mold.
your thumb on top.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
Eric, I've seen you do that.
No, I never do that.
Whose damn
Name
fist is this?
one time I've done that.
Today.
Shit, I'm doing it right now.
I think I did karate too long that if I made a fist, it would always be like this.
No, I believe you.
That looks like someone who didn't know how to make a fist.
That's Rick. I'm sorry, that's 100% Rick.
It could be Rick.
Only Rick goes down like that. Like with his head down, you know?
His knuckles aren't straight.
I just
though.
want to know what the image is from, because why do we have this angle in this picture, and when did we do it? I don't remember this.
It's Rookies. It's Rookie's arm. He says from
Rookie
Indie
made
PopCon.
Rookie!
Aha,
We have a mold!
And we mocked his thumb.
Your thumb placement's bullshit, man. Why are you guys making fun of my thumb?
All right.
So that makes sense. It's none of us.
Yeah, okay.
But it is most similar to Eric's fist.
I was wondering where this picture came from, though.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Gong?
Yep.
Gong?
So what is the question here?
Who knows?
Sex?
Wait,
Whatever
why-
you want.
Why is that what you jumped
No,
to?
translate the gonk. What is he trying to say?
He said love.
But it's a question.
Yeah, he wants to know if you love him.
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably actually saying Sam.
Yeah.
Nudes?
What the heck? Why?
Is this Mothman?
It's Eric's Mothman.
It is Eric's Mothman.
I am
Where's-
Mothman.
Where's the antenna that he was insistent upon?
It's in my beard.
It's probably under your giant luscious
I am
locks of
Mothman.
hair.
It's my arm from Indie PopCon. Okay. Aldovra has resubbed for 69 months.
Thank you. So nice.
Nice. Also, Stargate on a pole? Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Hey, look at my award.
It's
Golden Obie Award. Damn it.
What? What's wrong with that?
Well, what's the Golden Obie Award for?
You're just mad he's not named after a Rebels character.
What? It is a Rebels character.
Spoilers.
It is in the first episode. And then Little Goose Caboose has resubbed for 21 months.
21 months.
Thank you so much.
With that great name.
Is that the last of the memes, too?
The memes.
Yep.
Are over.
That's the last of them.
Again,
Oh,
my beard
man.
is so small there.
Well, good.
Like a little baby.
I've finished getting through all the things. Right when we finish doing all that. Guys, we will be back tomorrow at noon.
Noonish.
Noon. It is currently 5 o'clock, so do your own math.
No, it's
No, I'm
3 hours earlier
I'm
than we
not
normally start.
doing math.
Yeah, but what if they aren't there?
Noon
Son of a-
Eastern
If they aren't
Standard
there
Time.
when they normally start, then it
not-
doesn't. It
no.
just do the math now.
No, then we normally start.
Yeah, yeah. But what if they aren't usually there?
But they know how long we've been streaming when they come in and it's like
They should
run
also be able to just look at the time
uptime.
right now and be like, "Oh, I'll just do that math."
They're going to be arguing for quite some time. Jake, in the stream.
No, I just want come back for that and come back for Monday for Dark Souls 3. Bye.
Mario
everybody.
Jamboree.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the Earthly Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.